What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so I gotta be careful how I touch this one. So, rapper Cameron came out recently and said that someone had told me about this, but I just forgot to talk about it. And I was debating about whether to talk about it on YouTube or the Patreon. So I'm gonna talk about it on YouTube, but I gotta be careful how I touch on this. So, rapper Cameron said that the reason why he didn't watch Creed 3 is because he found some of the images that showed the friendship between actor Michael B. Jordan and fellow actor Jonathan Majors, who of course is in trouble right now. He found some of the imagery that involved both of them and Majors suspect, and because of that, he didn't go watch Creed 3. I just want to say a couple things about that. I will admit that my generation might have been the last one, definitely prior generations before mine. Black men, we don't really feel comfortable showing culturally, up until this generation. We don't usually feel comfortable showing affection toward one another. When I say affection, I'm not talking about in a sexual manner. I mean just caring about one another. Even most brothers, you don't really see it. It's in our culture. It's there, but we just don't tend to do it. There's exceptions. There's exceptions. I mean, in the back of my mind, I know I've seen pictures of Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier, maybe standing side by side with their arm around each other, like in a sort of loose fashion. We've seen some photos like that. And even with that, sometimes people be like, hey man, they look a little sus. But at the end of the day, I understand that younger people, they don't have some of the same social phobias or taboos that we have. So at the end of the day, seeing some of the stuff that's out there, I'm not really triggered by this because I know they're younger. They have a different way of looking at things, and I'm trying to be careful how I say this. I think with younger people in the black community, they're heavily influenced by what I would say left of center philosophy. Okay, so like I said, I'm not saying that either one of these guys are into that particular lifestyle. I just think that their social barriers have been broken down, and a lot of people don't feel uncomfortable doing stuff like that anymore. And I put this picture of Alan Alda and Mike Farrell up there for a reason. I am quite certain that nearly 100% of everybody watching this video are not triggered by the picture on the left. And the first thing that pops in your mind when you look at this picture of Mike Farrell and Mike Farrell hugging and embracing Alan Alda, you just say, great friends, great pals. But in an image that's somewhat similar with these two, tell the truth, it's brainwashing. It's brainwashing. It's brainwashing because, and I've got to be real careful how I say this, we have been conditioned to believe that black men are, I'm trying to be careful how to say this, man. Society tries to teach us that we're unfeeling. To be a real, you got to be a savage. You got to be an animal. You got to be not caring. I mean, it's in our DNA. We could be ruthless and da. But this society also has done a good job of actually making us accept the dehumanization process that they do toward us. In some ways, we accept it. And in some ways, the things that we complain about, which are legit in this country, we inflict upon each other. The same tactics that society inflict upon us, we subconsciously inflict upon each other. How many times do we see mothers treat kids of their own that are of a different hue differently than the ones that are other hue? You know what I mean? How many times in a situation where someone misplaces something, and oftentimes the person that is of a certain persuasion or the darkest hue gets immediately accused of theft. Then when the person finds something, they find what they had missing, they don't even apologize. Because why do I have to? I don't apologize to him. And there's just other things. I just want to touch on that, but I just think we are still damaged in a lot of ways, man. We're still damaged and we don't realize it. And I just want to say this too. About the whole allegations with Jonathan Majors, which I guess on a side note belies any rumors here. I mean, you know, the guy obviously loves women. There's nothing wrong with that, but I do not believe these allegations. I don't. I think this is a humiliation ritual, and I also believe that he ticked off somebody very powerful. That's what I believe. I believe he ticked off somebody very powerful, probably in the same vein as how Deshaun Watson pissed off somebody very powerful, and Bill Cosby did the same thing. But another reason why I don't believe these rumors is because I can't see Michael B. Jordan, the type of person that he is. I can't see him befriending somebody that closely who is, as they say, a sociopath and this flagrant abuser of females. And I just don't believe it. I don't. And then last but not least, isn't Cameron the last person to be going around accusing anybody of being sus? And just the dude that tried to embrace us to want to wear pink. Now, anybody that's younger, maybe, you know, pink is a more accepted color, but back in 2003, 2004, 2002, that was a social no-no, especially in the black community, especially for men. We didn't wear pink, but he championed it. There's nothing wrong with wearing pink. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make pink whatever the fuck the shit he used to say. He's gonna make pink look good, knowing that pink has always been associated with girls. Knowing that. So at the end of the day, I don't take what this guy says seriously at all. He's the last person to be going around accusing anybody of being this, that, and the other. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that one, man. Tell me what you guys think.